Time for an engine room tour. Defever 49-foot pilot house. Many of the 49-foot Defever pilot house models came with 135 horse Lehman diesels. This engine has a displacement of 380 cubic inches. Originally designed in the UK for trucks, buses, and farm equipment, these engines quickly developed a reputation for being dependable and economical to operate, so they soon found their way into the marine market and were used in many of the Taiwanese-built trawlers, including Defever and Grand Banks. There's no computer or any other electronics on these engines. In fact, they do not even have glow plugs. The oil capacity is 14.5 quarts. The cooling system will hold 20 quarts. They weigh in at 1,092 pounds each, less the transmissions, and the maximum RPM is 2,500. Attached to the back is a Borg-Warner Velvet Drive transmission with a gear ratio of 1 to 1.25. We cruise at approximately 1600 RPM, which gives us a burn rate of approximately 2 to 2.5 gallons per hour per engine. So far I have found them to be easy to work on, although all I have done so far is change the fluids, filters, impellers, and the cooling system anodes. This is the transmission oil cooler. This is the heat exchanger for the cooling system. This is the engine oil cooler here. It has two secondary fuel filters mounted on the engine, and that there is the injection pump. 6 injectors here. If I forgot to say so earlier, this is a 6-cylinder engine. They come with chrome valve covers standard from the factory. This is the oil filter, which is pretty accessible, but it's upside down. I don't know who designed that, but they sure could have made a better bracket and put the filter so it hung down instead of going up like that. It kind of makes a mess when you go to change it. This device is a small heat exchanger that allows hot water from the diesel furnace to circulate through the engines to keep them warm in the winter months. While cruising, it also allows me to operate the furnace using engine heat. This is the Hurricane diesel furnace that provides the hot water to heat the boat, heat the engine, and also heats the hot water tank. This is a hydraulic heating system, so it's sending hot water to various parts of the boat, just like your system would do in a car. This is a 6500 BTU model, and it uses about 0.45 gallons of fuel per hour. It operates at 12 volts and heats the water to 180 degrees. So far, this has been my biggest maintenance item on the boat, as it was on our previous boat. Fortunately, by taking off that end cover, it's easy to access the working parts. Here you can see the valves that open and close and allow water to flow through the hot water system. Now just forward of that heater is one of the 2 Westerbeek 8 kW diesel generators. Now the reason for 2 is that this boat originally came from California, and it's got 3 air compressors to run the air conditioning system. So a second generator was added. And when this generator was added, it's on the port side, it added way more weight to that side. So now what I have to do is keep a little more fuel over on the starboard side to keep the boat balanced out. This is a 3-cylinder diesel, and it burns about 0.9 gallons per hour, and it runs at 1800 RPM. It weighs in at about 450 pounds. While cruising, we normally run this generator about 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night to keep the batteries charged. Now forward of that generator is a water maker. This one's made by a company in Oregon called US Water Makers. It's a clear water model, and it's one of the most compact on the market. This one will make 600 gallons per day, which is about 25 gallons an hour. It's got an electronic digital monitoring system, and it's got an automatic freshwater flush, so after each use it flushes itself. It weighs at about 103 pounds. These are the 3 water filters that the water maker uses. I really like these Raycor filters that I've got on the boat here. There's 2 of them plumbed together, so when one's running, if you need to switch it over to the other one, you just move the handle here. So while you're underway and you develop fuel system problems, just switch over to the other filter and you keep on it going. Those Raycor filters run 2 micron filters in them, so it kind of renders the ones on the engine useless. This is the fuel manifold, so this is what allows me to switch from tank to tank. Got 4 fuel tanks on board, hold about 1,000 gallons of fuel. And this allows me to select which fuel tanks I want to use, or transfer fuel back and forth if I need to. This piece of equipment here is part of the Naiad hydraulic stabilizers.